Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's day 27 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Cannot believe we are almost to the end. And today's a double page sketch. Not gonna lie, I thought to myself I might not do a double page because this isn't, I don't know what it is about these handwritten ones. Sometimes they just intimidate me because I find them hard to kind of break down, but then after I really spend a minute breaking it down, it's cool. So I think I'll go ahead and go with the double page. Now, I did only print 4 photos, so I'll show you the collection in just a second. But basically, she's actually technically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then technically, you can do 8 or 9 photos if you want to. I only have 4. That's why I'm struggling with it. I may not do 2 pages because I only have 4. I can do this, but I have really cute cut-aparts. So let me show you real quick. So my photos, sorry here, my cat, y'all, as usual. Honey, move to the side. Okay. Is my daughter's new cat. She has this little kitten. She's adopted, her and her boyfriend adopted this little dude from a cat cafe, y'all. You know what? I may actually have one more. I may have another couple pictures. I'm gonna go in there and get those. I think I'll print some more out. That's her little kitten. I say he's kitten because he's like 8 months. And I'll tell y'all during the voiceover, she's called me 1,000 times about this cat. My collections are gonna be this photo play, meow, and then there's also a color play. Let's see, well, I'd say that's meow. That's photo play, and then there's this, well, basically cat lover. That's what it is. Color play, cat lover, and photo play, meow. So they're both by like photo play basically. So they're just really cute, y'all. They're just adorable, and they're these brightly colors, and they both go together. So, but my point on what I said a second ago was I do have these cute cut-aparts. Right, so there's these cute little cut-aparts, and I have a couple pages of them. So, like, this is cute. Like, when they steal your heart, first they steal your heart, then they steal your bed. She says he does kind of climb up in bed with her. Soft kitty, warm. I mean, my gosh, y'all, this is so adorable. So, anyways, I can do the 2. I think I'll do the 2. I need to do the 2. So, I need to find one more picture. There's one picture I'm thinking of. I think I'm going to print. And then I kind of got to start figuring out my papers because there's so many of these and I got to kind of go through these. So give me just a second. I'll be back on and we will look some more. Okay, guys, quick check-in. I'm going to put the sketch right here so you can kind of see. Yeah, there we go. So what we have is on the outside, there's a pattern. And then there's this little torn edge here and a big circle. And basically it's a mirror on this side. Now what I'm going to do here is I went ahead and got into my stash and I pulled out, it's from AC Cardstock, this little color here. Because it kind of goes, I think, with this paper here. And what I'm planning on doing is using, this is kind of the base. I want to use this as the main part. And then I'll use this little plaid here as my torn part, right? So it's going to end up looking kind of like this from a pattern standpoint. And then I'm going to use my yellow, this big orangey color here as the circle. That's really cute. I don't know if I introduce another pattern though. It gets really busy. I'll just see that. But I'm going to cut that. And so basically it'll be reversed on the other side. And then I did find some more photos. So just real quickly, I'll show you these ones. Let's see, I should have 8 now. 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So I found he's sleeping in this little bed. That's really cute. This is when they were at the cat cafe. And then she'd sent me a little picture of his little toe beans. And then he's just laying here being cute with his toy. So those are cute. I actually have one more really cute picture, but it's vertical, I think. He's laying in the dryer. She said she was folding clothes and she'd turn around or whatever. She looks over and he's climbed up in the dryer, was laying in her clothes and was playing in them. So, but I may make a whole layout about that one. So I'm going to hold off on that one, I think. I think the rest of these I'm going to end up using cut-aparts and stuff is my plan. So I wanted to show you the patterns I chose and I'll be back on in a minute. Okay, guys, check in because I've done a few things. It looks maybe like I've gotten farther than I have, honestly, but what I've done is I cut my pictures apart, and then I cut these little mats. Technically, they're a little wonky from a size perspective, but I don't want to risk, like, making them not the same size. So we're just going to leave them as they are. I did pull one of the pictures away because after I kind of organized it kind of per the sketch, I thought I was going to lose some stuff here. And so I just took the one where he's, you know, just kind of staring at the rug or whatever, the blanket. So the other thing I got to do, so the other thing I've done too is I have taped these 2 pieces of paper together because I'm going to assemble the layout like this, and then I'll take my scissors or something like that and just trim down the middle. And I've cut this little orange circle out with my Creative Memory circle cutter, and then I've kind of offshooted the middle of it And I kind of like that. I'm not going to suggest necessarily the sketch show that, but I actually kind of like this. So I think I may leave it. I think it looks kind of neat. And it's got the little cat things in there. So I have my sides here, and I started to start tearing this piece. I'm going to tear these together, and then I'll flip one and reverse them. So that's where I'm at. So I'm going to turn it on the fast stuff now, and then we'll go from there. Okay, gang, so I have already done the left-hand side, but I didn't think y'all need to see both sides here, but I tore that little bit of white, like, stripy plaid-looking stuff and stuck it under the edge of that heart paper, like I mentioned, and I'm going to take my little orange circle here, and as I mentioned, I have taped my two 12 by 12s together with some washi tape, so I'm going to go ahead and just lay this down and have it go over the center as she showed in the sketch. And I'll show you at the end, I don't really show you how to do it per se, but I will show you that I use like a little X-Acto knife, or I keep saying X-Acto because that's technically a brand, but a little craft knife and a ruler, and I just kind of cut the circles once I get it all put together. I like this trick though because it keeps me from, if I try to cut the circles before I do it, just, I don't know, it never turns out right for me. So I've glued my little pictures down with their white cardstock, and I'm just kind of organizing those. I'm trying to pull my sketch out here. Y'all got to look and see what it looks. Now, I use my 3-inch 3-inch circle punch to take a couple of the cut aparts, and I punched out their little designs. But I don't have anything bigger than a 3-inch, so I went ahead and punched out like a red cardstock, and then just gave it like a little shadow, like an offset. So it's not really matted or whatever, but it just kind of makes it stand out. And I've used that to put those two circle elements together. And then I've got this really cute little font, Thickers font here with these wonky little letters. And I'm going to spell Oreo out with that. And then I will tell you, I started to use yellow letters to say, I was going to say meet Oreo, and I didn't have enough E's. And then I pull out a blue letter, and you'll see that in just a second down there. And I'm trying to find some there. I don't have enough E's. So I end up pulling out, well, you'll kind of see in just, why have I got this in here, y'all? I thought I cut all this stuff out. There's my blue letters I was looking at. But I'm going to pull out eventually my small little foam. I'm going to have to get another set of these, y'all, because I do use them a lot. And I use the navy, and I actually still don't have an E, but at least with this one, I can kind of manufacture one using an F and then like a little tail off of an X or something like that. So I'm going to build our little Oreo as the title. And it's just so cute. She says he's so tiny. So she came up and visited this past weekend. And, of course, y'all have seen Saturn. She's always in stuff, so you can see her. And I wouldn't suggest even Saturn's a real large cat. She's not that large. She's just real furry, if I'm honest. She's got a lot of fur. If we give her a bath or something and her fur gets wet, she isn't that big, but she looks kind of big. But, excuse me, y'all, compared to Oreo, she says he's so tiny. And he's just real tiny. She's always like, Mama, he's so tiny. So anyways, I've got a little title going on up there. And then I'm going to glue these little circle pits. And then I'm going to get onto the sticker sheet. And I'll show you that in just a second. Y'all, I had to step away for just a second. Not really step away. I was coughing. I was fixing to have a coughing fit, so I had to stop recording. Anyway, so I'm going to get these little sticker sheets here. Now, I have on the one little punch out over there, it says, I just want to hang out with my... And technically, it did have the word cat, but there was just no way I was going to be able to get my punch around that. So I thought, this little sticker sheet had the word kitty. So I just pulled that off. I will tell you the blue K and I on the blue is a little tricky to see. So in just a minute, I'm going to pull out a little kitten and stick it behind the K, and it makes it stand out better. So this little cat, so they got it at the cat cafe. They got him at the little cat cafe. They had a little trial period. They want to do a lot of validation that you're going to be a good cat parent. So they had a little trial period, and he did real good. She said he purrs all the time. He follows her around. He meows at her. He talks to her. He's real happy and satisfied. Now, I'm a little bit, Seth has a dog, so we'll see how that dog and that cat get along when they get down there. They said this cat has been with dogs, and the dog has been with other pets and things, so should be okay, but it'll be an interesting experience, I think, for them. But she called me because she's like, Mom, he hasn't eaten yet, and this is like the first day and everything. I said, well, sweetie, he will. I mean, he'll eat. And sure enough, it wasn't 30 minutes later. She's, oh, Mom, he ate. And then, and she was concerned initially that he hadn't used his litter box initially, and it took him a little bit, and then he knew where it was. She took him, and he found it. And then he used his box, and she's like, oh, he used his box, but she'll call me. And then like 30 minutes later, he does whatever she's worried about, or doesn't do whatever she's worried about, whatever the deal is. And I just get a kick out of it because I'm like, well, she's a little cat mom, which is funny because we've had Saturn forever and a day. It isn't like we haven't had a cat. But I guess she doesn't really remember when Saturn was small. And she's, Saturn's been an adult now for quite some time.
And, you know, adult cats are just kind of chill, you know, or whatever. They just do their thing. Kittens, you know, you kind of worry about them, and they're small, and they, you know, need love and all the things. And he plays with his little toys. She's bought him all these toys. I'm like, you really need all them toys. But she did. And his favorite one is the most simplest thing, is the little ball with the little furry stuff on it or whatever. And she's bought him a giant, like, she bought him like a automated one or something. You know, you plug it in and it spins around or something. She says he just kind of stares at it. I'm like, you honestly give a cat a cardboard box and a ball and they're probably fine. So, but anyway, she adores this little old cat. She says he's so cuddly and he purrs, and he's so cute, you know. So on the layout, I've gone through and I've pulled out some stickers, and you kind of see I've got little kittens. I'm kind of just building kind of where she showed like the arrowy looking things. I've kind of put little kittens and little cat stickers. I think I've actually already used, there was like a little black cat on the sticker sheet at one point, but I think I used that on either layout with, I've done one other layout of this cat with her, but I might have done it with Saturn. I couldn't tell you. I've got a black cat myself, so I might have used the black cat. But anyway, I stuck my little stickers kind of around where she had those little arrow pieces. I did add the word, you had me at meow, right above the little you are perfect circle piece. And then I just, like I said, I stuck some little random stickers around there. And then I have done a little bit of journaling. She did show journaling on her sketch. So I wrote that on a little piece of white cardstock. And then I just trimmed it into the little strips here so I could glue it, you know, however way I want to do it. And I just used a little craft glue to do that. And then I did put the date under. I started to put up in the journaling area and I ran out of room. So I put it underneath the little kitten down there under the little circular element, because that's the day they were at the cat cafe. And I'm just kind of gluing down my little Oreo letters here. I don't actually add any mixed media. She kind of showed, I think, a little sprinkles or something. But because my little heart pattern is a little busy, and honestly, it's also that shinier stuff, so inks and things don't tend to stick to it too well. So I didn't really want to mess with that. So I ended up pulling in these little black enamel dots, and they are a black matte, and I really like those. So here's where I was just showing you kind of how I'd use that T-square and that little craft knife to cut my papers apart. And then I'm going to show you the little slowdown, and you can kind of see, look at his little toe beans. Isn't that cute? But so I did manage to do a 2-page layout with this particular series here, y'all. I skipped the first one because it was my birthday and I didn't want to mess with it. But this one I did. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. There's going to be tons of videos. Like and subscribe and all the good things. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.